back to Shall You Proceed podcast. Listen, I have no idea what's going to happen today because the energy is already so real and amazing. I'm a little intimidated. I'm a little scared. Okay. Once again, I'm your host, Erline Mango, aka Elise Main, and I have today Jha Allen. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. I'm doing awesome.
Oh,
Excited.
you're being real humble with that. I'm doing
Yeah.
awesome. Lies. Come on. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Feeling good.
Good, because I mean, you're doing big and amazing things in this world. You have found your purpose. Your footprint is being seen. Folks are trying to walk in it and step in it, and like, how can I be? And you're all about service. You're helping others do what they have to do and be great, and that's amazing. So, Jha, listen, tell me your journey. Talk to me about, you didn't wake up one day and say, you know what, I want to help businesses be amazing. I want to help them to have their footprint. That wasn't your original goal. So what made you pick this industry? What was the pivot? What was your aha moment? Tell me a little bit about you.
What's funny actually, I never really saw myself doing like branding, marketing, or anything like that. I never really saw myself. I never really knew what I was going to do. I kind of thought I was going to law enforcement for a while, but that didn't really pan out. And then it's funny because I joined a multi-level marketing company. So I'm not sure if you guys know what that is, but that's kind of when you got to recruit people. So you sign up for something and you invite your friends over to show them about your presentation. So I happened to join one of those companies. And it's funny because the company I happened to join was a travel company. So it wasn't as bad as, someone might say like an Amway or something like that. It was travel. We had to show people how to travel at a wholesale rate, which was really great. So that got me to literally travel all around the world. I've been to several different countries and cities from being in that company. But I tell people I didn't never really make really no money in that company, just to be transparent. I was in that company for like 5 years, never really made any money from it. But that company got me to read books. It got me to like personal development. It got me to read audios. It introduced me to people like Les Brown. So that company really changed my life. And then it introduced me to knowing, hey, well, I started doing door-to-door sales because of that company, which was really interesting. It gave me the courage, like, well, I could probably talk to people. Let me do door-to-door sales. So I did that for a while, which allowed me to make the most income I've ever made in my life from just, doing sales. And then I just kept going. And then some kind of way I ended up with marketing. And people always think marketing and sales, it does go hand in hand, but it's totally not the same thing at all. But when you have one trait, I was born, thank God, to be technical, and I'm very creative, which is a gift. And sometimes, I'm not going to say it can be a curse, but it can be very overwhelming because you are technical and you're creative. So it can both of those wheels turn, and sometimes you feel like you can take on the whole world. So
that's two different sides of the brain. Usually creative people are not technical. They're not organized. They can give you the big idea, but they have no idea. They don't have it's not their ministry to put put things in place. So to have both sides is really amazing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's amazing. But again, it can be like you're saying, it's too much going on sometimes where it's like, oh, I know I can do that. So like, for instance, I know I'm creating something called Marketing Mondays. I'm actually going to start Marketing Mondays on May 10th on Instagram, IGTV Live, where every week I'm going to get on with a marketing expert. I'm over here trying to make the flyers. I want to make this. I want to make that. I want to make that. And I want to set up the automations and send out the emails. So it makes you feel like almost like, oh, I can do that. I can do that. But we all know building a business, you don't want to be the one to do everything. But kind of going back to your question, how I got in marketing essentially was, I was in MLM. It got me traveling, feeling like I can be anybody in the world I wanted to be, which got me in sales. And then sales, I transitioned and got into marketing. So I've been doing marketing and self-helping businesses for about the last 5 years.
So let me ask you, because sales, I get it. Because the sales thing, it's hard for me to think about. I got to hustle as hard to eat. I can't, it's not my spirit. I can't, because everyone doesn't have it, right? And marketing is totally different. How you figuring out the best time to do this, to drop this, what you need to do for your industry, because every industry is different. And having that eye to do that is great.
Right.
But to do it for someone else is also can be pretty difficult because everyone don't listen. We think we know. Right. We think you don't know. No, I know what needs to happen. I know what's so. How do you hone in helping other people make those changes and do the right thing so their business can thrive. How do you do that with everyone?
To be honest, it started out at first where you do essentially you all get those clients that think they know they know this is their business. But I feel like especially this last year, I've got really distinct on the type of client that I want to work with. So believe it or not, I haven't encountered as many of those clients that are necessarily like that. I've been coming to a lot of clients because when you get into business, my target audience, ideally clients, I'm working with clients that's been in business anywhere from 2-5 years or more plus. And ideally, when you start working with people that have been in business for years, they've become easier clients essentially because they understand that they can't do everything. They probably already bootstrapped it enough to where they're willing to let me take the wheel. So essentially, I've come into those clients where it's been easier because they're in business, they know it. Hey, Jha, I done tried this for 2 years to build my website. I know you probably know it better than me. Let me just sit back and be quiet. But when you do come into clients, I don't feel like they're bad clients. Now I just come into clients that are they have a personality almost like mine. They're very like assertive and they're very kind of ha ha ha. So it's not necessarily I know what it is. It's more so it's just the type of way you got to handle them. So I've learned how to almost allow them to take the wheel in a way, show them, hey, you can take the wheel, but it's not going to work. And kind of like not in a rude way, but just kind of in a black and white way where it's like, if you can do it or if this was how it's going to work, then we would already be there. So sometimes you have to force, it's unfortunate, but the easiest way I've found to get people to pay attention and understand and know what I'm talking about is in the most polite way, explain and show them that what they've done have got them here. And if you want to go here or, up for the people that are listening, you might want to listen to the expert. So that's kind of where I've been with things, which got me there.
So you do digital marketing, which is not the same thing as other types of marketing. And I feel that with social media, it's been a rise of that because that's the biggest way to get your business out there across the, no more door to door or limited in your town. You can be worldwide with your business. So with digital marketing, what made you've been doing it for a while, what made you zero in on that? And how important is it to have someone like you truly help a business?
To be honest, I'm a millennial, so I kind of that digital thing. I don't think I even had a chance for the other type of marketing. I don't think I was ever gonna have a chance for that market. I don't think I was there. I think by the time I wasn't there. But let me say, traditional marketing, what they would call it. So you're talking about like your billboards, posters, maybe getting direct mail, that type of stuff. Believe it or not, works in certain industries because it's so unseen right now. So people aren't used to necessarily getting flyers or getting things in the mail or different, maybe seeing like a billboard of your particular local business or something of that nature. So it could potentially work depending on the business when it comes to more traditional things. But when it comes to the digital aspect of things, I think I just kind of fell right into this whole time frame of everything going digital. When I was a preteen teenager, that was when things like MySpace and Facebook was coming out. So I kind of was in that realm of things when it comes to that point. But the importance of digital marketing is like no other right now. I mean, just from the pandemic alone, I think people see how important it is to have some type of digital presence. I mean, your business was shut down for 3 to 6 months, if not more, if you were a brick and mortar business. I don't know if you survived. And if you did, I'm sure it's one comeback that you had to make if you were only dealing with in-person kind of transactions. And even now, people have gotten into the habit of buying from home or even staying at home. Now, Houston, Texas, we're one of the the first cities to ever open, and even us, people aren't necessarily just raiding the streets or going back out. Even restaurants, they have the option to open, but people are still in that mindset of being at home because you got to remember, for a year and a half, that's where they've been. That's their comfort zone. So now more than ever, some type of digital presence is important because that's where the eyeballs are at. If you're still waiting on people to see your store, maybe pass by, or you're waiting on them to even check their mail. I mean, again, I'm kind of that adulthood millennial that's coming up. So I don't even check my mail. Like, and I'm gonna be very, very just transparent. A lot of things I don't do that don't involve my cellular device in some type of way, form, or fashion. And that's where digital marketing comes to play.
Let me ask you. You have taken your knowledge, you have taken your expertise, you gained, like you said, when you first started, you wasn't making any money, but you gained so much education and figured out what works for you and who you are in this industry. When
Right.
did you decide to truly say, okay, I am going to step out on a whole lot of faith, a whole lot of knowledge, and start doing this for myself? How long have you been truly in business for yourself? One. And like you said, 2020 was a beast for so many people, and some people have not recovered, or companies realize I don't need this building to be successful.
Right.
So I am assuming with you, it was an upsurge of I need you to help me build a website, make a presence, because what I was doing before isn't working or no longer is going to be feasible in this new age. So when did you start your business? How was it for you? What were your struggles with that? And also, how was 2020 for you and now going forward?
To start out, when did I start the business? So I don't only just brand companies, as some might see, and they see this, I brand myself a lot. So me building my own personal brand within Jha, I've been really doing that for the last 3 years. In business for myself alone, the last 6 or 7 years, just entrepreneurship, but the Jha Allen LLC brand for the last 5 years. I actually been building that particular brand. When it comes to 2020 in itself, you're asking like, as far as if to make sure I'm hitting everything, 2020 in itself, how was it for me personally?
Mm-hmm. How was it?
2020 was interesting for me starting out. It was very, it was unseen, kind of like for everybody else. It was one of those things where you didn't really know. I do events as well. I have a social organization called Connections HTX. And pretty much we do events. So that was kind of unseen. I had to counsel an event actually because of how it started to increase, especially in the
Right.
Houston area. So it started out not so great, kind of for everybody else. It was kind of like that foreseen, that unseen. But then after that, and kind of when people knew what they were doing, it actually started out pretty well because a lot of people are starting businesses. A lot of people are realizing that they need to be online. A lot of people are looking to get online. And a lot of business owners, kind of how we're talking about, they realize that, hey, I don't have such a strong online presence as I thought. My business isn't doing so well online as I thought. So that actually helped my business in a way, but kind of starting out with like everybody, but now people are wanting to business and they understand the importance of an online brand presence.
So when you offer up your services and someone reaches out to you, and this is consultation, this is all of what you're doing is pretty much a consultation on, listen, you need me. Let me help you out. I'm amazing. I got you. I'm about to make you blow all the way up. But has it, when you when you do that and you offer that, how long is someone with you? How long are you holding their hand? Is it give me a year and I'm going to have you set? Give me 6 months, I have you set, or it's going to be a constant, I'm there for you nonstop? How does it work having you help my business grow? What does it look like?
Right. Right now, a big focus of ours have been our ideally about an 8-week program, 6 to 8 week brand accelerator program. We've been focused on either if you're an established business owner and you're looking to revamp what you're already doing, or if you're a seasoned entrepreneur and you're starting a new business and you understand the importance of branding. We've been focusing on that program, which is about 8 weeks, and it focuses on getting you online in all aspects. So we're starting out with the brand identity, your messaging, your website, your logo, all the essential things that you need to build an online brand presence, pin out the correct social media platforms that you should focus on, kind of training you on how things work, setting up your email marketing, all of that. All the initial setup is done in our 6 to 8 week program. It's called the Brand Accelerator Program. And then after that, we set everything up and we're going to train you on how it works. But essentially, most people, they have trouble with consistency and doing it themselves and accountability. So in those aspects, if you need help with anything of that nature, any three of those are a separate package, which we're able to then consult you on how in depth would you like us to be helping out after that. So essentially, we start you on our 8-week program We need really everybody we work with to go through that, because that's how we'll know everything that we need to make you great and set up. And then from there, you'll know how everything works, but it's just your decision on if you want to move forward with hiring us on a monthly basis and we consistently help you grow, or if you're like, hey, Jha, we understand it, we got it. If we need you, we'll call you guys back in.
So I don't want to get this wrong. So you're not like a social media manager. You are that and above. You do all of that and above. Like, you get them set up. So, because there are social media managers, that's something totally, totally different. Right. What you do is get the brand going, brand identity. I'm going to get you seen. Make sure when we Google you, you pop up. I'm making sure your website is awesome. All of those things. How hard is it dealing with someone or a company that is not tech savvy, Jha? Listen, there's a lot of them out there who are not tech savvy.
Right.
So how has that been?
It's been interesting. What's been helping out though is, because I just got through working with a client, a pampered sister. She's not as tech savvy, but I noticed that a lot, again, going back to just knowing my target audience, a lot of my clients, they might not be tech savvy, but they have that initiative and they want to do more regardless of if they aren't. So our program is actually step by step. So for 8 weeks, you meet directly with me for 8 weeks. So once a week, we having a meeting to where I'm literally sitting with you and walking you through this entire program for the 8 weeks. So essentially walking away from it, anything I set up, you'll know how it works. It'll just be about if you want to kind of go into depth and really figure out how it works, or again, if you want me to monitor and help you with it. But even if you aren't tech savvy or you're not really on the computer, we're going to be one-on-one for 8 weeks. And after 8 weeks, you know, like if you want to stay, you like the relationship, we can go. But if not, this kind of goes from there.
So that's awesome. So you're truly holding the hand. You're truly helping people, because that I noticed
that's what they need. You know, like that's what what they need. That's what somebody needs. And I was just meeting with a client today, Uniqua at Gift in Hands, her product, and that's what she was working with somebody else. But that was one thing she said she really liked about our company and liked about me personally, was because I'm a very initiative person and always want to go get it and and I never realized that that's actually that's a gift and that's a trait. Because not saying that people aren't good for not having it, but a lot of people don't have it and they really love that I do, so they want it. So like I've been noticing that, and I've been really coning in on that with all my clients. I kind of been on their back. But it's not like, sometimes I'll be like, okay, I'm not trying to be on your back, but they're like, no, Jha, please, you know, like give it to me, because that's what they need. They need somebody. Like she was like, I'm so happy you actually called me. I was working with somebody else and she never really, it didn't seem like she cared about my brand as much because she didn't do that. She said, I know I need to do it myself because I paid her, but I still like that you kind of, you know, that accountability almost. Because that's what people need. They need to be held accountable.
You give them pressure. And
yeah,
and I know it's it's pressure. You give them, I mean, call it what it is. It's pressure. I know I need to be held accountable.
Yes, pretty much. I'm sorry.
No, it's pressure. It's pressure.
Yeah,
it's pressure.
Pretty much that person, you know, like, oh, you didn't email us back, and my assistant tell me you didn't email us back. I'm texting, hey, we sent you an email yesterday. Did you get our email? Like, just making sure, because we care about your success. You're paying us a certain amount of money, so we care about your success. And that's the worst thing. We're really proud of our reviews and how we look online. And the last thing we want somebody to say, regardless of if it was their own fault, is that we didn't help them get to where they needed to go. So we're going to do everything possible.
Amazing. Your reviews are amazing. Testimonies are amazing. Your energy is off. I mean, I was looking at your Instagram thinking, I can't keep up with the energy, because how could anyone hire you and your team to do what you do and not have the same energy? Like, it's like, because Jha gonna call and I need to get this stuff done. Let me hurry up. Let me do my part. Because at the end of the day, why would you, it's all about investing in yourself, right? And at a certain point as entrepreneurs, you're going to be you're white knuckling and you're trying to get it done. But at a certain point, you're going to have to invest in yourself and know what you can and cannot do and work within your ministry. You know what you're good at.
Right.
I'm a firm believer in learning every part. So when someone comes in and helps you, you have an idea what it looks like and what it should be. Because as an entrepreneur, when you do have a team, I want to make sure when I ask you to do something, I know what it should look like. I know what it should sound like. Even though I may not be an expert, I've done it enough by myself to what it needs to know. And when you want to excel and get to the next level, you have to enlist help. It's just a given. We don't like it. You have to invest in yourself, and you want to invest in quality. And your quality, you are a quality company. You have a quality team. Your personality is off the charts. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't want to hire you and not return your email or your text. If you text me personally, like, oh Lord, Jack, let me hurry up.
Yeah, thank you. I know that's how I feel. It's like, John, because I'm learning, like you said, I'm just learning about myself. Surprisingly, that's my gift. I'm always just on it. So it's like people need that and they want that. And it's like, okay, I'll give it to you. Like, okay, just give it to them. So
Lord, let me give her what she wants. But let me ask you something.
Yes, ma'am.
With all of that, you have connections, Houston, Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
You have your company where you are helping people brand and build. And if it's from the ground up, from website on up, you working really hard, because that's a lot. And there's many things we don't understand. The whole, is it SECO? I don't know. Let me not even use the term. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. All of those things. But how do you take care of yourself? How do you, Jha, take time and take care of yourself?
It's funny. I just recently started being asked that. People always ask me that, but I just recently started being honest with myself and figuring out that initially I didn't used to really take care of myself. And I'm getting better with that, because I just really realized within the last couple of months, to be honest. It's always something I knew, but it's something now that as I'm growing and being more successful, that I'm actually putting on the forefront. Like, yeah, because like you're saying, more is being expected of me, and not more in a bad way, but more in a, I have to give so much more of myself. And this is my first time in my life where I actually have to, I've never had to give this much. And it's not in a bad way, but it takes a lot from me. It takes so much from me. And I never thought it would take this much from me. Like, it takes so much from me to now, and it's not in a bad way. I'm on live, people might see it. I don't even hit some people back sometimes. Like, it's just like right now I'm being pulled so much that I can't invest anything except what's in my clients. It's not because they're paying me, but it's because that's the only thing that I really have. Not in a bad way, but I don't have like kids or spouse. My work is my life. I'm building a brand within myself. So that's kind of where I'm at. But lately, and I wrote that down as one of my goals, was to actually find something that can make me whole. Like what can help Jha? What can help make me whole? And I was talking to a trainer, because I'm getting really serious about working out now. And I was actually just going to work out because I'm like, well, I want to take a trip to Thailand for my birthday, so I want to be nice. So that was really the only reason I was going. But
motivation. Listen, I understand. Motivation. Listen, keep it tight, keep it right.
That was really about like, oh man, I need to get right. But it's funny because I was talking to the trainer, and he's been doing what he's doing for a while, and I can just tell he's been doing it because he understands me. He's like, I know with the job you do, you think a lot. He's like, you're gonna have to leave all that at the gym. Like, when you come in here, we don't got time for all that. So he's already saying things like this, letting me know he's worked with people like me before and all this. But I'm thinking that'll be one of the things that'll start kind of helping me, like, more so take care of like Jha. Sometimes I write, I've been journaling it, but I try not to do that every day, or I'm trying not to make what I do a chore, because that's why a lot of my gifts are kind of like, they're good and kind of interesting, because I'm so like this, but that can turn into a chore really fast. And when something is a chore, I found myself a few weeks ago just doing things because I want to say, oh, I'm doing everything. I'm reading, I'm doing it, but I wasn't doing it for like intaking it, holding it, make it better. So I'm kind of still finding my way when it comes to just what's ultimately going to take care of me at the end of the day, to be honest.
It takes some time. And the beautiful thing is you acknowledged, hey, I'm not doing enough for me, for self, because you give so much. In what I do, I've met so many people who are in the act of service, and they're giving and they're giving and they're giving. And I know, because I've given and given and given, but when I hit that wall, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm depleted. I ain't got nothing left. Like, I'm having headaches. I'm walking around stressed out. The curl ain't quite curling. What's happening? And when I do vacation, which never happens, I don't know why I said I vacation, because I don't. It's like you can't unplug. And as a business owner, that is difficult. And very few understand that. Very few understand that you have to turn that off. And the ones who do, how dare someone say, how are you just going to unplug and not call anybody? Because I can. Because I need to for my mental health and wellness. Because after a while, mentally and physically, you feel it. And you have to, and like you said, you don't want this to be a chore because you love what you do, but you have to find something to disconnect. And when your mind is I can tell your mind is always going. You probably can't sit still half the time. Your mind is always going because you're always doing something. Like I'm adding on this thing on Mondays. Okay, add on. Okay. Okay, add on. All right. Go. You want to add a Tuesday, tuna Wednesday? Okay.
Actually, I did.
Yeah. Keep on adding. I do the same thing. Like, okay, I already have like, okay, I need to do other podcasts. Erline, sit down somewhere. Okay. Keep on adding. But I do want you to find whatever it is. And don't make it a chore to find it. You may fall right into it because we're trying to go. I may be in Thailand at the same time you. Then my sister-in-law from Thailand. I may be right there next year. I'm just saying. I'm trying to be with my sister-in-law, my brother in Thailand on a food crawl. I'm trying to hit up every street vendor and drink some alcohol and forget about these United States.
That's the plan.
You're gonna see on my social media. On break, and that's it. I'm breaking. On break. You're not gonna catch a pulse. You may see a drink in my hand, and my feet kicked up, and that's it. On break. In shape or not, because I'm in Thailand, and you know what? Who cares?
Exactly. No, for sure.
Who cares? But I'm happy for you, and I'm proud of you, and I appreciate what you're doing, helping others, and that's really, really good. And I know it's hard because we entrepreneurs, we a mess, huh? We think we know. We think we know, or we don't want to invest that extra dollar to do what we have to do because the greater comes later. And that's the mindset you have to have. The greater comes later. And you've been doing this long enough, you know what the greatness will be. You know what I mean? So please find some peace. Find some way to look. I want you to get to Thailand because it's going to be amazing. I want you to get there. I want you to be right for Thailand. You're already right now. You're gorgeous. You're beautiful. You're right. You're tight. You're right. You're good. You're good. You better hop on that plane. Wait, can we go to Thailand yet? I don't know, child.
I've been looking it up. I think, I seen. And let's look. I keep looking on different websites. I'm like, is this all right? You know how you be trying. Now you skeptical about information.
Everything. Because a friend of mine went to Jamaica with her and her husband, and they have a curfew. She's like, it didn't matter. I was not here though. I was not here. I was drinking in my room on the resort. I don't care. Shoot, I wasn't here. Kids at home, I wasn't here. You have to enjoy yourself.
No,
because when you do that, you're gonna be so much greater for your people when you come back.
That's what they say. You know, I believe it or not, this is one of my first times ever doing it. So that's what they say. But we'll definitely see. My family's actually from Jamaica. I have my dad's side of the family, so yeah, they do have like a curfew and stuff out there right now. But
my family's from Trinidad and St. Lucia.
Oh, really? Nice. Really?
So when you said Jha, I was like, oh, that ain't how we say Jha.
Yeah. Jha Jhabriel. But
yeah. I love that. Shoot. But yeah. So your work ethic is grounded in something else, though. It's so unreal. That Jamaican in you, I'm sorry. People may say, Erline, you're wrong for that. Listen, I understand. I had a Trini right now in the living room. My daddy here in town, he can't rest up till midnight doing nothing. Cleaning the corner. What you doing, sir? Sit down. You on vacation? Let me make. Can you miss work, sir? Yes, I got vacation time. This ain't.
He trying to make sure you good.
Sir, generation, we vacation. I don't know. We're not in the bush. We're not in the country. I'm not, sir. But I understand it. Let me start giving you a hard time. But I totally understand it. let me ask you, how can we contact you? Because I know so many, including myself, who need your services. What do we need to do to contact you so you can be harassing me on my text saying, Erline, where the stuff at? What do we need to do?
Okay, well, if you want to, you can, of course, you can find me on any social platform. Just type in Jha, spell it Jha, and then Allen, Allen, really on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, anything like that. Of course, my website is Jha, Jha, LLC.com, or you can go to just my full name, Jhabriel. That's spelled just like Gabrielle, but JHABRIELALLEN.com. And I'll take you directly to my website. But really, if you want something super fast, you can find me on Instagram and send me a quick direct message, or just go ahead and schedule a call from my bio, and I'll call you. Now you're on the list to get bugged about your online brand. Like, what's up?
Lord, what have I done? Okay. Jha, listen, you are amazing. You are energy. You are shining so very bright. And your art is successful. But I thank you for helping all of us be even more grounded in what we have to do in our success, and taking your purpose and walking in it and working in it. Look at you. So many of us don't even know our purpose, or we know it, we're fearful to walk in it. And
Right.
You've taken something that you didn't know you would be doing, learn from it, and look at you, helping people, shining. But I need you to find some wellness. I need you to find some downtime. I need one day for me to pop up on your Instagram and say, on break. And I'll be like, that's right, Jha.
If I see that, I would be like, I wanted to post, so you just look at it, you'll be like, oh.
Yeah, I will be so happy that let me go on break too. Shoot.
Oh.
You are amazing. You are astonishing. I will make sure all of your information is in the show description. I will tag you on everything. And also, everyone, please follow Shy Proceed Podcast on all major platforms. You listen, I'm there. Spotify, Apple, Google, Pandora, iHeartRadio. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I actually tickety-tock, y'all. I TikTok. What's up? I TikTok and I tweet. I do the Twitter. I'm trying. I'm struggling. I'm trying. So make sure you follow the show, and make sure you follow Jha on all her information, all her platforms. And if you need her, I know you do, go to her website, DM her on Instagram, because she's going to answer, unlike so many of us. And she's going to get you right. Thank you so much, Jha.